Yo. This is where I've had my FD program for the last 2.5 years. So we got a basic like fabrication setup in these two garages here. We call them 3 and 4. Right now we have like the bare essentials, but we need to step our game up because we're trying to step some car builds up. So bare essentials are obviously like horizontal bandsaw, got a nice parts cleaner. I don't know why that's there, but it is. Right next to the vertical bandsaw, belt sander, drill press, and then over here we got, this is new. So Race Service actually just picked this thing up from Snap-on. Nice TIG welder. So this thing will do everything we need to, water cooled. And then we got a nice MIG setup from Miller. But what we do need to really like finish this place off is, besides organization, we got to start pulling all this shit out of here and really getting things ready for new equipment to be brought in. So we need a lathe, a mill, obviously the tooling that would go with those, probably a phase converter, a shear, a brake, and then obviously there's like an endless amount of stuff that you could also get, but those are kind of the basics that we want to be able to finish this place off. We already have a nice welding table that has my subframe on it from the streetcar. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start cleaning this place out. Oh, I got a tubing bend. We need to get a tubing bender and get that all set up. And yeah, so we'll start pulling all this stuff out, clean it up, figure out where we're gonna put equipment. And right now it's just a bunch of shit in here for no reason. So let's get to work.
Get to work.
All right, this should be our tubing bender. Sick. There she blows. So there's a cheat code to this. We got the, I think the MB 105. Yeah, the Pro Tools MB 105 heavy duty bender. And there's a cheat code to this to make it, to give it the hydraulic. You can buy this thing with their setup. That's like, I think like 1,800 bucks, or like on sale for 14 or 1,500 bucks. But you can also order this kit that allows you to use a Harbor Freight hydraulic air compressed jack that, you know, bends it automatically. So I'll show you guys that in a second, and it saves you like a few $100, which is good. And then Dominic and I, well, mainly Dominic's going to be starting to cut some metal and make a stand, and we'll have this thing on casters so we can move it around the shop and kind of move it wherever we want. And then since it has that that air over hydraulic jack, it will you know, you don't have to bolt it to the ground to put a big pipe on it to bend the pipe as you would with a manual rack. You have to like put studs in the floor and then bolt the thing into one position, where now we can just roll it around a shop and do where, you know, bend pipe wherever, which is sweet. So this is from Swag Off-Road, and this is the conversion kit that allows you to run the air hydraulic ram from Harbor Freight. And this thing is sweet because it only costs $100. Y'all know Harbor Freight. You can return it, get another one if it gets ruined, whatever. Not a big deal. So this company's actually sweet. So this whole kit allows you to save a little bit of money, which is nice. And we're gonna make our own stand, which Dominic's starting to do right now. It's our cooling kit for the lathe, I believe. Yeah. So this is gonna be the first cut we make, or Dom makes, for the stand for the tubing bender. You can see it super well, but Dom grinds a little bit away just so that you can feed a little bit more metal into that, or from the welder. Just makes it a little bit better. So this is the base plate that the entire tube is gonna weld onto, and that's gonna hold this piece up. Yeah. And then that will go on to that. And then we'll have the casters on the end, bottoms of here. And the thing will be rollable. So that's gonna be the base plate. So yeah, throw the casters on, throw the bender on, hook the ram up, and throw some paint on it. We will be styling. One step closer on this fabrication shop being finished. Now we just gotta look at the directions so we can stick that on, and stick that on to there, and then we'll paint it and we're solid. Yeah, boys, we looking good. Test her out real quick. My 1.5 die didn't show up yet, but oh, we'll send this thing through its paces real quick. Sounds like the compressor's out of air. That does not sound good, dude. But anyway, it's all set. We're just gonna strip her down. We'll paint the frame, bolt everything back up, and this thing is ready to rock. Now we found out we got an issue with the compressor. Hopefully that's nothing serious, but it sounds f***ing horrific right now. So we'll look at that tomorrow. See you guys then. Peace. That looks nice. DHT engine enamel.
Cast iron.
Oh yeah, cast iron. Boom. Dominic and I are loaded up. It's a Sunday, and we're gonna go pick up some tools. Actually, some sick tools, something I've never owned before, which is a lathe. And you know, as Dominic would say, how can you build a proper race car without the proper tools? And I'm sure, as many of you guys know, not having the proper tool to work on your car is probably one of the most frustrating things in the world, because then you're trying to make something, or you're trying to make something else work, and you're stripping bolts and so on and so forth. So Dominic needs a lathe to make some sweet shit, and we're gonna go pick one up. It's gonna be sick. So we'll go check this thing out. The guy's asking like 1,600 bucks. It's a 3-phase, so then we need to get a whole converter box for it, right?
Yeah, phase converter.
A phase converter. Yep. So we can run it on the on its 3-phase, because the race service doesn't have 3-phase. Just kind of annoying, but pretty typical. So that shouldn't be that big of a deal. But we'll get down there and check this thing out. All right, boys, we made it. See if we're gonna scoop it up.
Could be the cross phase, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if it does or not. I have no idea.
Showing down should be this way. And this
You
way
got
should
something
be
there going on, yeah.
Feels like it wants to go, but
Yeah, I have no idea. I put it up for sale at a price where someone could pick it up, and if they wanted to, you know, maybe give it a little love, then so be it.
Yeah. Looks heavy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
looks really heavy.
Yeah.
Well, we brought a trailer, an engine crane, and a jack. we'll see what happens. We're gonna try to lift this thing with the engine hoist, get it down this driveway, which is a little bit of a slant on it, and onto the flatbed out there somehow. We'll see.
Can you lift it at all?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right.
A little bit. Coming up. Okay.
It's not too bad.
Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Good.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
All right, we got it down the driveway. Now, when I tell you this shit is sketchy, it's sketchy. Hell yeah, thank you. We got this on here. No forklift required. I know I don't look big, but that thing weighs over 2,000 pounds. We got it strapped up, hit the road. That's it, boys, officially. Oh yeah, all I had was a car cover. It was brand new, so we knew it was gonna potentially rain. We're strapped up, ready to rock. First lathe, going back to race service to allow Dominic to make some sweet parts. Happy it worked out. It's gonna be hard.
It's close.
Come on. She heavy, dude. Should we put a sign on this thing so nobody fucking kills themselves and ruins this thing? Big Mac, baby.
Yep, in a little bit. Yeah, we just gotta level it out.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Try to go back a little further.
So this is the phase converter I got. It was listed as a used 5-horse, 3-to-1 phase deal. It's actually a 7.5 horse, but it only operates at like 1200 RPM, he said, so the output's only gonna be about 5. But this thing should actually be able to run the 3-phase motor on this lathe and also the mill that we got, which is a Bridgeport that currently has a VFD, but we're gonna hook it up and wire it for a full 3-phase. So we don't have any, any issues with horsepower, and I don't know how heavy we're gonna be milling stuff, but it's just nice to not have to worry about it. So I picked this thing up for actually 350 bucks, and it comes with a 1-year warranty. The guy's local to LA, which is sick, and he'll even come out and wire it for us and sort this thing out. So, pump, man. Everything's coming together. So what do?
You gotta take off this nut.
That thread looks though.
Well, you just have to loosen it.
This is the Freshie tool post, so you can slide each of these little cutting blades on. This one is old school, where you just loosen it up and you could flip it, so it only had about 2 or 3 different cutting blades. And this one, you can, it's like a quick post, so you can just add stuff on super quick, pull it off and put the new cutting blade on. Just saves you a little time. All right, that's the box for the 3-phase. Got a couple capacitors in here, couple 2, couple 1, 2.
Let's just make sure the
Yeah.
phase converter runs first.
Not good.
Sounds not right.
All right, what do you think? Maybe?
I don't know.
We got 3 hot wires going for the lathe, no ground. This is the way the guy had it. So hit the phase. Phased up. See if the lathe works.
Let's see.
Woo!
Yeah,
All right.
works.
We need to rewire this 3-phase motor and add a ground strap to it so that, I don't know, we don't die at some point for some reason. So, but overall, we're good, man. Chucking. So Dom and I are trying to add the next piece of the puzzle for the outfitting race service shop. We found a mill, and we're kind of in a race to get there because there's another guy that's coming to look at it later on in the day. But I asked the guy, I was like, well, if I get there first and throw you all the cash, then I can take it, right? And he said yes. So we're gonna go check it out. It's a Bridgeport, like Series 1 style digi readout. Kind of has a little bit of extras, which is nice, and from the pictures it looks like it's in good shape. So Dominic will be able to tell, what kind of shape it's actually in, if it's worth the 2,400 bucks he's asking for. So we're shooting down a Huntington Beach right now and take a look at this thing.
Original and works fine.
Yep.
This came with it. This is an industrial Nuo. It's 2/10,000ths of an inch.
All right, Dom, what do you think? Runs smooth?
Yeah, it's nice.
Feels good?
It's a good shape, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we made the deal. It's official. We got a lathe. The receipt says so.
Oh, it's a no.
Sorry, mix them up. We got a mill. Yeah, now we just gotta figure out how to get the thing back to race service. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. There she blows, boys. All right, I just met this fine gentleman that has the same name. We share the same name, brother.
What's going
up,
on?
Ryan?
Good to see you. Nice to meet you.
Ryan, what's your company's name?
Pro Machinery Movers.
So Pro Machinery Movers. So we found Ryan on LA Craigslist, and super easy to work with, and he has this dope trailer that just freaking comes down like that, flattens out. We're gonna put this mill right in its spot, and then Dom and I got some wiring to do, but worry about that later. All right, so the head's almost sideways. We can get it in. Literally probably like 3 inches and we would have had it, but no dice. Just called Dominic. He was saying that we probably have to set the head again anyways because he's not sure how straight it was from the guy that we bought it from, Dave. So all good. It's almost at its home. All right.
All right. Now.
Sick. All right, we're good. Thanks, brother. You got it here.
Thank you.
Got it here safe.
For sure.
Appreciate that.
We appreciate you.
Dominic can't be complaining about nothing anymore. All right, today's gonna be a solid day. Wrapping up some projects in the shop. We got all these airlines kind of run. So we got a breakout for the lathe right there, breakout for the mill right there, and then we're gonna run another one all the way across the tire machine in the corner over there. And after we're done with that, we are going to build the metal rack. All right, lines are hooked up to the compressor. Just gotta get a fitting on there. It's the simple things. This is gonna be really sweet. Dom's dialing in a metal rack. So this is where we're gonna put all of the little drop sheets and like little plates and stuff that we want to keep, but also don't want to leave in a shitty bin like that. Just got this dope box. Thank you, Snap-on. We worked out a deal, but it's gonna hold all of the tooling that I got for the mill and the lathe. So we got our hole saw right there. Got an old chuck for the lathe. First drawer, the boring bar set for the mill. The parallels for the mill vise, all different sizes, depending on what you're trying to put in the vise. This is the bigger set right here. Next drawer, this is gonna be mostly lathe stuff. Up here, or got some spare collets, some center drills up top. Got the rotary table with the vise. We got our mount kit for the mill table. Looking good. Shop is coming together. So, like, what kind of parts would you turn down or cut or mill with this?
Anything round, basically, that you have to hold into the chuck, or you know, something if you wanted to hold like a wheel hub in there and drill like a new bolt pattern. This is
okay.
super precise, so you can index it, and you know, basically, this one, I think one turn is 4 degrees. So like one full turn is 4 degrees, and then it has marks for 1 degree and even less than 1 degree. So you can very precisely.
And then it locks it.
Yeah, you can lock it. This also locks the table here, and you could also mount it this way in case you wanted to mount the chuck this way, and you could do, it's almost like a 4th axis, and you could machine a part that's held that way.
Yep, tight.
Yep.
All right, Don, what are you doing?
We're just indicating the head.
So what, level the head out?
Yeah, see, it's,
and then level the table?
It's already hitting on this side. It's a little cocked to one side. So we have to adjust that first and then adjust it the other way as well.
Copy that. So we got to loosen up all these bolts. I believe this is the one that turns the head, swivels it. This one, this one, this one. And then there's a pin in the back here. I only know this because I just had to do this to get it in here. I say she's good. All right, our vise is going on. It's a big day for me, boys, since I am so new to machining. All right, we're milling stuff. This shit is messy. works. All right, we're gonna knurl this just for the hell of it. See how this thing works. That looks pretty good, dude.
Just gotta clean up.
That's pretty good, dude. That was sharp.
You need to knurl anything?
Hell yeah. Dudes, we are pretty dialed. Toolbox set up. Lathe set up. Well, actually, we found out there's a lot of play in this here, so there's some adjustment screws back here that we need to adjust to kind of tighten this up, just because it hasn't been adjusted, so the cuts aren't super clean. So Dom knows how to do that. We'll get that dialed in. We got a nice shelf up here for some shit. The mill is ready to rock. A couple more days, this place should be really proper. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching this episode. Since this episode was filmed, Dominic and I picked up the last two pieces of the puzzle. The two last big things, which is this nice finger brake that just showed up from Grizzly, 48-inch. You can remove these fingers so you can do different bends and stuff, and up to like, what would you say, 1/4 inch basically for steel?
Yeah, shorter pieces, but
yeah,
it'll do 1/8 inch full width.
It's legit. And then Dominic found this pneumatic shear that'll cut up to 16 gauge of mild steel, and we got it hooked up. So you just hit this pedal and it'll cut some metal. What do we got in there?
1/8 inch aluminum.
1/8 inch aluminum. All right, let's give it a go. Is it on?
There we go.
Ew. So those are the last two big pieces that we needed, and now we're pretty much dialed. We can get to work. We're just gonna do a little more organizational stuff inside here. That looks gross, so we gotta do something about that. But yeah, we're pretty much ready to rock. We're gonna get this thing on a nice set of casters, and that'll kind of be the last thing. And then the streetcar should start coming together pretty quick, because we don't have to focus on the garage stuff anymore. So anyway, thanks for watching this episode. Leave some comments below, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.